Hi. I wanted to do another talk from the heart. I'm not claiming to be an expert. What I say now is just completely my opinion, and I don't mean, and I hope that I don't offend um, anyone, but this is my opinion. And the reason why it's just something that's on my heart to speak about is because I've heard a few women complaining this past year about rude, obnoxious, ill mannered children. I've had a few really nasty comments from some teenage girls, and so this is my talk, and I'm going to be talking about two extremes that are out there. The first extreme is spare the rod, spoil the child mentality. Um, that originated from the Bible. It is in Proverbs. One of my problems with when people read the Bible is that they'll read one sentence and just fly with it instead of reading the entire paragraph to know what context it's in. When the Bible talks about the rod, if you read other scriptures about it in Psalms, Proverbs, different things like that, the rod is for correcting, the rod is for guiding. Disciplining your children does not mean to beat them. I don't know where that mentality came that if you don't beat your child, it's not going to learn. Your child's not going to learn. I don't know where that came from. Um, and even if, I mean, that's where that saying originated, whether the person is a Christian or not. Um, Growing up, that was the mentality. So their child got, whatever, spanked or beaten. I'm not against spanking, just so you know. There are times when what I call a child might need a little tata. I never beat my kids, and I've only given them a tata, which is a little smack on the butt, if they've gotten just outrightly disrespectful with me. And sometimes, in the case where a child is disobeying to the point of endangering their life. And that might be something that they might need to help them remember, don't do that. Now, here is the other extreme. The other extreme to that is if I yell at my child or discipline my child, their creativity or personality will be hampered. And basically, what that has raised, unfortunately, is a bunch of ill mannered children where they're completely disrespectful to adults, to their parents, to other I guess, playmates, students, or whatever. I've seen a lot of that. I saw the other extreme growing up, and then I've seen a lot of that as an adult, where the child will curse someone out. And the parent is like, oh, darling, don't do that. You see, a little pop on the mouth might help them remember not to do that. I have seen, I'm talking about kids under 5 years old stabbing their siblings with a fork. And the parent will say, oh, dear, please don't do that, while the child is cursing out the parents. The children do whatever they want, and basically it's destructive. Maybe not, well, I'm not saying destructive to their own life, which I'm sure it will later on in life, but I mean do destructive things like break things and destroy things, and the parent's like, oh, please don't do that, dear. And again, the child is just, I'll do what I want type of mentality. Those are the two extremes I've seen. And both drive me crazy. Now, discipline, correction, guidance. What does that mean? Because sometimes people say, well, I don't want to beat my child and, whatever. You don't have to beat your child. There's, a guide to guide your child. To discipline them or to correct them is instruction. All you need to do is to try to explain to your child. Try to talk to your child. I wish my parents talked to me. They were like, smack, you know, sweetie, this is, what you did was wrong, and this is why it's wrong. And you explain to them what they did was wrong, why, and then show them the right way. Positive reinforcement. We'll show them the right way by saying, instead of saying, don't run, don't run. What's the word the child is hearing in their head all the time? Run. So if you say, walk, then you're instructing them in what you want them to do. And I'm not trying to say that I'm an expert. Oh my goodness, I have failed, myself as a parent in many ways myself. But as I got older, I learned. Positive reinforcement is when they do good. You applaud them for that. You encourage them for that. Like, oh, good girl. I'm so proud of you that you did this. Or good boy. Good son. I'm so proud of you that you did this. And positive reinforcement. So, I've heard so many complaints this year about parents saying this. Oh my goodness, parents need to teach their child manners. This boy just ran into me, knocked down my son, and didn't even say excuse me, or even worse, the bullying. They're just being mean and nasty to the other kids because they haven't been taught right, because the parent is afraid of hampering their personality or their creativity. So again, I'm not saying all these things to to offend anyone, but this is just something that has been going on this year and it's been bugging me, and I just wanted to offer some suggestions out there. And this has nothing to do with Christian or not. It just has to do with what's right, and a child obviously should not be left to do whatever they want, because then they're going to learn that they're going to get their way in life, and they're not going to get their way in life. And also, this is harming other students because the child thinks that they can just do whatever they want to the other student and hurt the other student in whatever way, whether it's through verbal abuse or physical abuse. And then the other extreme is all they learn is violence at home, and then they become a violent person. So there are two extremes, and I just, I feel that there's a happy medium, a balance in life. Yes, there'll be times when your child might need to get a smack on the butt. Don't cross the street. You're too young. You might get hit by a car, and they cross the street anyway. And then they might need a little bit of a ta-ta to maybe remember, I better not do this again. But you explain to the child, I don't want you to cross the street because there are these big, strong, killing machine vehicle that can run you over and hurt you. Explain it to them on their level, then I might not ever see you again, or you'll be very hurt, and blah, 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 and this is something basically I was always told, do what I say, with no explanation as to why, because I said so, and a smack in the face if I didn't, so, I'm just saying that, there's ways to do, things without going to either extreme. So again, I'm not telling anyone what to do. I have no right to tell anyone what to do to any capacity. But it's just suggestions that I'm putting out there because, just because of all the stuff I see that's going on and the complaints I've been hearing from other parents, because other people suffer when when you raise your child to do whatever the heck they want, or a violent child who maybe, like I said, has it hard at home, and then goes and bullies other kids. So anyway, that's just my suggestions. That's just another talk from the heart. That's, something that's been in my heart to speak about. Um, so yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say on the subject. And you know, again, I'm not trying to tell anyone what to do, just giving suggestions. So, anyway, thank you to all my new subscribers. I'm over 900 subscribers now. And thank you so, so much. And don't forget about my contest. And see you next week with my cancer awareness nails and my last Halloween look. All right. Bye.